Have you ever pondered the factors that make a piece of land perfect for homesteading? No matter where in the world you are watching this video, the steps that follow should be your guide as you begin to plan your future. It's not just the aesthetics, the rolling hills, or the serene waterfront that makes a spot ideal. It's an intricate interplay of various elements. One may often find themselves lost in the dream of self-sufficiency, the allure of living off the land, embracing the rhythm of nature, of embodying the essence of homesteading. For some, perhaps the concept of off-grid has clouded the reality of what it takes to be a part of that exclusive club. The dream of sitting by a roaring fire on a cold winter's night and eating homemade soup made from last season's garden veggies will continue to be just that, just a dream, unless you take the steps necessary to make that dream happen. It does require hard work, and it does require sacrifice, but it is an ideal that's as old as humanity itself and worth all the effort it takes to achieve it. But how does one turn this dream into a tangible reality? Where do you start? The first step is to delve deep into the art and science of selecting the ideal homestead land. It's a complex task that requires careful thought and thorough research. It's about understanding the land, the environment, and the myriad factors that influence its suitability for homesteading. Even in this early stage of planning, you need to consider exactly what you want from your homestead. Do you want only a place for you and your family to grow and be self-sufficient? Or are you considering your land as a possible source of income? For example, maybe you would like to concentrate on growing and selling produce. Or perhaps you have a dream of a large field of lavender to produce oils and cosmetics. If that's the case, you will need large growing areas for greenhouses and crops. Perhaps you have thought about selling firewood if you are in a colder climate. If that's your dream, you would need a property that has areas that are heavily wooded. All these things should be considered when choosing your homestead land. The first and most overarching factor to consider is the location. It's not just a spot on a map or a beautiful view. The location encompasses a far wider range of factors than one might initially think. It's about the climate, the flora and fauna, the terrain and soil, the availability of resources, and the potential challenges that could arise. It's about the community, the culture, the local economy, and the possibilities for growth and development of your homestead. All are integral parts of a location's suitability for homesteading. Consider a homestead in the frigid Alaskan wilderness. It's a place where the winters can be harsh and unforgiving. It will have vastly different needs, challenges, and opportunities than one nestled in the fertile valleys of Tennessee, where the climate is more temperate and the land is rich with resources. Each location, each piece of land, has its own unique set of characteristics that makes it more or less suitable for homesteading. Therefore, it's absolutely crucial to research and understand the unique aspects of your desired location. You need to investigate the climate, understand the local community and economy, study the land and its potential. It's a process that involves careful thought, detailed planning, and a willingness to learn and adapt. Through this process, you can find the perfect piece of land to start your journey towards self-sufficiency and living in harmony with nature. It's crucial to research and understand the unique aspects of your desired location. Next, think about the ease of access. As much as a secluded mountaintop could offer breathtaking views that could fill your heart with tranquility and a sense of immense beauty, it's important to take into consideration the practical aspects of living in such a place. You need to ponder about the difficulty of hauling supplies up and down the mountain, or what you would do in case of emergencies. Could help reach you easily? Would you be able to receive the necessary aid quickly? If you or a member of your family suffers a severe injury, you don't want to be 2 hours from the nearest road. There's a certain balance you need to strike between privacy and accessibility, something that bridges the gap between a successful and stress-free residence in the wilderness as opposed to a stress-filled and anxious existence of worrying about what if this or that happens and we can't get help. Consider the significance of a well-maintained road system, the ease with which you can transport goods, the speed and convenience it provides in case of any emergencies, the ability to have guests over without the fear of them getting lost on some barely passable road with no name. Or at the very least, there should be the potential for a good road system to be established in the future. This is an essential point to keep in mind when you're looking to purchase land for homesteading. With that being said, it's not just about the physical aspects of the land. Legal aspects play a huge role as well. Every aspiring homesteader should familiarize themselves with the land regulation requirements of the area they're considering. These can vary drastically from region to region, making it crucial for you to get a clear understanding of the rules and regulations of your chosen land. Some areas may have restrictions on keeping certain types of animals or planting certain varieties of orchard fruit, which may affect your plans of having a self-sustaining farm. The water usage might be controlled, affecting your ability to irrigate your crops or provide water for your animals. There might even be restrictions on what types of structures you can build, possibly hindering your dream of constructing a specific type of pole barn or cabin. These are all significant factors that need to be taken into account during your selection phase. A quick chat with the local zoning and planning departments can be incredibly useful. Tell them about your plans and what you would like to do. Just because you purchase a 10-acre plot in the country does not always guarantee you can do anything you plan without restrictions. You will find most will be very helpful and excited to hear about and to assist you with your dream. It can also be a time of connecting with people in your area that may be of great help for other projects in the future. It can provide you with the necessary information to avoid breaking any rules or regulations and save you from potential headaches down the line. The last thing you need is legal troubles after you've invested so much into your dream of homesteading. Now, let's delve deeper into the essence of the land itself. Soil consistency and drainage patterns are not just important, they are extremely crucial factors to consider when you're planning to start your homesteading journey. Firstly, let's talk about the soil. Rich, fertile soil can be considered as a homesteader's goldmine, a treasure that brings unmatched value to land. It plays a fundamental role in supporting a variety of life forms and green spaces such as gardens, orchards, and pastures. Understanding the soil composition could also give you a wider perspective of what crops would grow best in that area. Therefore, soil testing should be an integral part of your homesteading plan. It's not just about having land, it's about understanding the life beneath the surface, the unseen world that can tip the scales from success to failure. On the flip side, something that might seem insignificant but holds immense importance is the land's drainage. Poor drainage can lead to a myriad of problems that could potentially hinder your homesteading progress. From waterlogged fields that can lead to disease and pest infestation, to foundation issues in your buildings, improper drainage could prove to be a costly affair. If the price of the land sounds too good to be true, be careful. There may be a reason. Therefore, ensuring that the land has a good drainage system is vital. Now let's move on to another key aspect: water. Speaking of water, its availability is a crucial factor in homesteading. Whether it's a well, a creek, or rainfall collection system, a reliable water source is an absolute must. It's the bedrock of life. Without it, survival is near impossible. Water is a life source not only for you and your family, but it is crucial for the growth and sustenance of your plants and livestock. So, as you take the leap into homesteading, stand still, observe, and understand. Let the land speak to you, communicate its needs to you, its strengths and its weaknesses. Understanding this language is the key to a successful homestead. Remember, each element, though separate, is interlinked. The soil, the drainage, the water, they are individual pieces of a larger puzzle that fit together to create a perfect homestead. So it's not just about owning a piece of land, it's about cultivating a relationship with it. Water is life, after all, not only for you and your family, but for your plants and animals as well. The next step in your journey to establishing your homestead involves making a critical decision: choosing the perfect building sites for your structures. This is a task that requires careful thought, as it can significantly impact the functionality and efficiency of your homestead. When pondering over this, there are several key factors that you will need to take into account. Firstly, consider the trajectory of the sun's path across the sky throughout the day. This is crucial because the position of the sun can affect the warmth of your home and greenhouse and the sun exposure of your garden and orchard. Imagine waking up to the warm morning sun through your windows or your greenhouse, basking in the optimal amount of sunlight, fueling photosynthesis for your plants. Secondly, analyze the prevalent wind patterns in your area. The wind can carry away warmth from your home during the cold winter months, or bring in the cool breezes during the hot summer months. Also, if your barn is placed in the path of prevailing winds, it may make it difficult to access during stormy weather. Therefore, understanding wind patterns will guide you in positioning your buildings strategically. The actual topography, or the lay of the land, is another critical element. A sloping site can provide excellent drainage for your garden, orchard, or pasture, but it could make building a structure very difficult. Flatlands might be easier to build on, but can also lead to waterlogging issues. Remember what we said about drainage. Rain patterns vary year to year. The last thing you want to happen is to find out the second year after you finished your dream cabin that you're sitting in the middle of a small lake after a larger than normal rainstorm. Therefore, understanding your property's topography can save you from future troubles and expenses. Next, think of temperature variations. You'll want your home to be warm and cozy in the chilling winter and cool and pleasant during scorching summer. The barn should be easily accessible, regardless of the weather conditions, and your greenhouse should be in a position to receive bountiful light throughout the year. Finally, don't forget about the green spaces. The positioning of your garden, orchard, and pastures is crucial. You would want your garden and orchard to get plenty of sunlight for photosynthesis, and your pastures to be in a location where your animals can graze freely. Planning these areas in advance, keeping in mind all the factors discussed, can help ensure a productive, efficient, and sustainable homestead. To review, remember that selecting the perfect homestead land involves careful consideration of location, accessibility, regulations, soil and drainage, water availability, building sites, and planning for gardens, orchards, and pastures. It may seem daunting, but with careful planning and a bit of research, your dream of a self-sufficient life can become a reality. There are several videos available that list the best homesteading states, or the best countries or other locations that you should consider for your homesteading adventure. These videos do contain some good information, but don't fall into the trap that homesteading is a type of isolation. Remember, wherever you choose to start, your homestead is your choice. You do not have to move hundreds of miles away from your family and friends and all that is familiar. A small 5-acre plot close to home and amenities can provide you with all you need to make your dream a reality. If you prefer a wilderness experience with all that it offers, that is your choice. But you do not have to live where your nearest neighbor is 10 miles away to be a homesteader. With hard work, education, and learning the skills you need, you will make your dream a reality. So take the next step and start today. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and click the like button. It does make a difference. Also, check out our other videos on the practical side of homesteading. And thanks so much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated.